On March 4th at UFC 285, arguably the most effective MMA fighter of all time, Jon Jones will return to the octagon against #1 heavyweight contender Cyril Gane. Going into the fight, Gane will presumably be looking to emulate some of the success of Dom Reyes, Thiago Santos, and Alexander Gustafsson when they pushed Jon Jones to very close decisions. Jones will presumably be looking at the second half of Gane's fight with Francis Ngannou. The fight will represent two unique challenges for both guys. For Jon Jones, this will arguably be the first time in his career he has fought a striker with as diverse an arsenal as Cyril Gane. Undisputably, Jones has never faced a heavyweight striker on the level of Gane. For Cyril Gane, this will be the first time he has faced a wrestler as good as Jon Jones. Looking at each guy's go-to moves on paper, they seem similar in that on the feet they are unpredictable switch hitters. Looking in a bit more detail, they could be considered opposites. If you look at the way Jon Jones signs autographs, finishes a guillotine against Lyoto Machida, and the way he generally wrestles in MMA, completing throws, he appears to be a natural left-hander. Cyril Gane, on the other hand, definitely looks like a natural right-hander. So you essentially have a left-handed wrestler against a right-handed striker. If you look at the strategies each guy has been using in their MMA fights, Gane looks to me to come out in a southpaw stance early and essentially fence with his opponents. He has a good jab from the southpaw stance and also a good right side kick. Daniel Cormier has also talked about how the side-on stance makes it harder for him to be taken down. This is presumably so he can use the limp leg defense against takedowns, which could also be described as turn away and yank your leg out. For these reasons, the southpaw stance from Gane seems to be more of a tactical point-scoring stance for him, although he has sometimes landed big strikes from this stance. Over several fights of his have taken the pattern where he starts out southpaw through most of the early stages. He then fights orthodox to do more damage later in the fight when an opponent looks ready to be taken out. Jon Jones, as I mentioned before, is a left-handed wrestler. As a striker, he appears to be more ambidextrous, though he seems to focus more on the orthodox stance in fights where he's looking to shoot from the outside. I should note he did try takedowns the way a right-hander would occasionally against Dom Reyes, switching his stance mid-shot. It's not an optimal setup for a takedown as the stance switch telegraphs the shot. However, driving off his right side allows him to shoot with his head on the outside, which is the optimal head position for completing a double leg. Jones' best takedown attempt against Reyes came at the start of the 4th round, where he drove his left leg and then transitioned to Reyes' back. So in terms of the strategies I expect each guy to employ in this fight, I expect Jones to come out in the orthodox stance, considering Gane's reputation as a striker and the fact that he shoots his best shots from the outside. I expect Gane to come out in the southpaw stance that he used pretty much exclusively in the first 7 or 8 minutes against Derek Lewis. From here I expect the fight will look like something of a fencing match, with both guys looking to land straight kicks and punches with occasional combos and rear leg kicks. From the southpaw stance, Gane could be susceptible to a single leg, though Jones rarely shoots for this takedown. Instead, Jones will likely be reduced to shooting a head inside double leg or a switch stance head outside double leg. Although Gane is not known for his wrestling, I expect he'll be able to defend both of these setups the majority of the time. Strategy-wise for Jones, I think the keys are either securing a clinch with Gane, which will be hard due to Gane's movement, or persuading Gane to use the orthodox stance, where he will be susceptible to Jones' head outside double leg, which is by far his best takedown from the outside. He doesn't always finish with a head outside double leg, but the entry is there, and he has some variation on the finish. Whilst Gane does generally seem like a bad matchup for Jones, there is a flaw with his style that could play into Jones' strengths. If you look at Gane's southpaw stance and consider how side-on he stands, you will notice it's incredibly rare to see someone standing so side-on in kickboxing or Muay Thai competing at a high level. The obvious reason for this is that standing side-on makes you a target for power low kicks. In the case of Gane, he is usually fighting right-handers who have a weak left roundhouse kick. with Jones seemingly being more of a natural left-hander, even though he's not known for his power roundhouse kicks. His left roundhouse kick seems to be better than a lot of people are estimating. His left roundhouse has been effective both from the orthodox stance and even more so from the southpaw stance. With Gane appearing to have a strong right-hand bias, it's unlikely that he's going to blast Jones with a left hand from the southpaw stance if he picks his moments effectively. One final aspect is what happens if this fight hits the ground. Gane got back up initially when taken down by Ngannou, though he was held down later on and also later swept in the 5th round when he secured his own takedown. Considering Jones has submitted black belts in the past, I expect him to do significantly better on the ground in this fight. The question is, will his own takedowns be forthcoming? So in conclusion, I think Gane is going to be able to stuff Jones' takedowns and eventually wear him down where he'll be able to finish him on the feet. The keys to victory for Jones are going to be taking out the lead leg of Gane if in a southpaw stance, and shooting a double leg if they are facing each other in an orthodox stance. If Jones were in his prime, then I'd make him the favourite, but I think with the ring rust, the activity favours Gane. This has been my prediction for what I think is going to happen. Let me know in the comments how you think this is going to play out.